Now this is the chest line, the breast points, the underbust, and the waist length, because this is a half cut tutorial. We're drafting the half cut first, then later we'll draft the down part. Then the down part is going to be on the material, so I'll be using the bridal satin to cut the skirt parts before we attach it. This is the shoulder line. I came down here by 1 inch. That's for the shoulder slope. So this is a standard neck depth and neck width of 3 by 3. We are going to be getting our round bust measurement. So for this client, our round bust is 43 divided by 4. We have 10.75. So I will indicate the 10.75 like this, here to here. I'll divide it by 2. Now the chest line is 8.5 inches. So whatever we have left here is going to be 7.5. So you divide it by 2. Then you mark the midpoint. Then from here, just come in by ½ inch. Then you connect from here to here, from here to here. So let's do that. The next thing is to get her nipple to nipple measurement. How do you get your nipple to nipple measurement? You're going to divide your round bust divided by 8, then minus 0.75. I'm going to use 4.5 inches. I'm just going to be making it 5 inches. I added the ½ inch for sewing allowance. This 5 inches all the way down to the waist length. From the breast point, guys, you're going to come down by ½ inch. Come down by ½ inch. Then on each side here, I will be marking 1 inch. 1 inch here, 1 inch here. Then I'll connect it to this ½ inch. Our under bust is 34 inches. Our waist is also 34. That's 8.5. So then I'm going to replace this 2 inches there. 1 inch here, 1 inch here. So you replace the 2 inches. Then you connect it like so. The difference between her back and her front is 2.5. Her front waist length is 20 inches. We have 20.5 here because ½ inch for sewing allowance. Then so if it's 2.5, that means her back waist length will be 17.5. Now I will put the 2.5 from this breast point here. You're going to indicate the 2.5 like this. Then you connect it to the breast point this way. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to work with the underbust tightening. Since her underbust is 34 inches, I'm going to measure what I have here. Here I have 4.5 here. So you continue the 4.5 from this second dart leg. This is the first dart leg. From the center front here to this first dart leg, we have 4.5. So you're going to turn your tape this way. You put the 4.5 on the second dart leg. Can you see it? On the second dart leg. Then you measure the 8.5. So this is the 8.5 here. What I have left here is 1.25. That is what we're going to use to tighten the underbust. So if it's 1.25, I can put the 25 on this part here. That's 0.25 here. Then I'm going to put 1 inch here. We're going to connect from here to here, then this to this. You take your curve ruler, then you now connect this part here to the ½ inch we came down here. I'm going to turn the curve ruler like this. I am trying to avoid too much curve on this part. Here don't have to have that too much curve. So that is what I am trying to avoid. So you connect from here to here. I'm going to divide the remaining one here from the neck width here to this shoulder length here. I'll divide it by 2. Whatever I have there, I'll connect it to these breast points. So you're going to close this bust dart, and in order for you to be able to close it, you have to open up a dart. It is either you open here or you open here, but let's open here because we will do a tightening here. We're going to do the shoulder tightening. So let's open from here. You open it to the breast point. When you get to the breast point, you're going to stop. So let's close it. You're going to pick it up this way. After closing it, you can see that here is short, like it's not the same line anymore. Just place it like this from the round bust measurement here. Connect it to the waist length. We transfer the darts here, we transfer it to the shoulder. So whatever we have left here, we are going to measure it from this shoulder. Measure what you have there. I have 4.75 here. Now this 4.75, you are going to divide it by 4. Use your tape instead of a calculator. Put your your tape from the beginning of the tape. Put it on the 4.75 and get the midpoint. After getting the midpoint, also divide that middle point. Divide it by 2 as well. Divide it by 2. Now we have 1.25 here. So you place the middle part, that's 1.25. Whatever you have, you get on your own. Place it here. Mark it like this. Then connect it from here to the breast point. Replace it back from this part here. Replace it. So mark your 1.25 also here. Just mark it like this. Let's close this dart. We need to close this dart. We are going to open up this. Open it back. When you open it back, it will give you something like this. In order for you to close here, you still have to open a dart. So you're going to open the middle, your first dart leg here. You're going to open it up. When you open it, don't cut it through, but I actually cut my own through, but I'm going to gum it. Just gum it back. When you gum it back, that way you can now close here. You can see that after we open this dart here, you'll be able to close this upper dart. I told you we need to replace that 1.25. Just extend your line from this neck width. Extend it. Then you blend this one. You blend it into the armhole. You can now close your bust dart back. You can close it back. Whatever darts we have, everything is being transferred to the waist now. I am going to drop this. Let's draft the back before we come back and modify whatever neck we are putting on this pattern. Mark your 1 inch zip allowance all the way down. Then for this back, we'll be doing 1 inch. Repeat the shoulder measurements of 8.5. The chest line we use is 8.5. We use breast point of 12, underbust of 16. Then because of the difference between the front and the back, so the back will now be 17.5 plus ½ inch sewing allowance. Repeat your shoulder measurement on the chest line. One inch for shoulder slope. Then you get the midpoint and you mark. Then you put the round bust on the chest line. The round bust is 10.75, so you indicate it. Use the same nipple to nipple measurement at the back. We use 5 inches for the front. Use the same 5 inches for the back. I'll use ½ inch on both sides for the dart intake. You're going to come down from your chest line by 1 inch. I'm trying to be fast with this back. Most of you already know how to do this. Then put your waist measurements. 34 divided by 4, we have 8.5, plus this 1 inch dart. You add it, then you connect it to your round bust. For you to tighten this back, come out here by 0.25 on both sides. Then connect it to your dart legs here. Connect the other one. Let's close it up. I like closing it up. I don't like sewing that at the back. So you're going to close it this way. Close the darts. So don't worry about this part. Just close. From this shoulder line here, okay, I'll mark 3 inches. So the total of the neck width is 5.5. Then since we'll be using eyelets, so from our waistline here, I'll mark 2.5. Mark 2.5 on this waistline. For now, let's drop this. So let me take the front and get our front yoke. So you do the same 3 inches here. You come in here by 3 inches. 3 inches. To get the depth of your yoke from this round, your neck depth, this 3 inches, you can come down by 6 inches or 6.5. It depends on how deep you want it to be. So let me use 6.5. Then from this part, from your shoulder, from this your armhole here, you can come down by 5 inches or 5.5. Anything from 4.5, 5 inches or 5.5. Then you connect it like this. Take your curve ruler. You're going to curve it like this. We are getting our yoke for the front. Okay, so since we have this here, you're just going to rule it straight down. This is totally going to go off it. What we have left is just here and here. So here is off. This is now our front yoke. Okay. Now that we've done this, so let's get the back. So for the back, just mark whatever you have left here. From here to the chest line, I have 2.2. From here to here, also mark the 2.2. Then indicate it like this. You can connect it like this to your chest line. So I think I'm going to do 1.5 here. So come here like this and you mark. Now this is the back yoke. Then from here, you can now take it down. This is our back now. This is totally off. So let me cut it off so you understand. Before we cut, from here to here, I have 3.1. Write it 3.1. From here to here, we have 2.1. Write it down. Sorry, 2.1. Now let's cut it off. You keep this paper so that you can remember whatever you off. So this is our back. So you cut this way, you stop like this. Then you cut like this. So this is the front, like this. So the back yoke as well, you're going to cut it off. This is our back and front yoke. Back and front yoke. So mates, we are done drafting this upper part. So I have the lining and the lace. Lining and lace. Lining and lace. You can either use a breast cup for this upper parts, like the cup side, or you can pad it. So in our next tutorial, we're going to determine if you are padding it or we're going to use a breast cup. Guys, thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I'll see you all in my next video. So do well to watch the sewing parts. When you watch the drafting parts, also watch the sewing parts.